The night I finally saw the truth. I know you're cheating on me, aren't you? When those words slipped out of my mouth, our apartment went dead silent. The kind of silence that makes your own heartbeat sound like a drum. But truthfully, this moment didn't come out of nowhere. There was a deeper, heavier, and honestly shocking reason behind it. Before I keep going, if you're watching this, tell me where you're from, how old you are, and what you're doing right now while listening. Someone out there might relate more than they expect. It was almost 11 p.m. I had just gotten home from a long shift at work. Exhausted, starving, and ready to collapse. Instead, I found my husband standing in our small Brooklyn apartment kitchen, pouring himself a glass of wine like it was any other night. Except it wasn't. Something in his expression felt distant. Not angry, not guilty, just somewhere else, as if his mind wasn't in the room with me. I tossed my keys on the counter and noticed his phone light up. I wasn't trying to snoop, but the name on the notification froze me. Ji-yoon. I miss the way tonight felt. My stomach dropped, not because of the message, but because of the look he had when he read it. A soft smile, the kind you only make for someone who feels like home to you. And it wasn't me. I didn't yell, didn't throw anything, didn't break down crying. I just asked quietly, "Who's Ji-yoon?" He blinked too slowly, like someone rehearsing a lie. "She's just a friend," but he said it too carefully, too gently. The way a person talks when they're protecting something precious. That's when my chest tightened, and I heard myself say the words that shattered whatever illusion was left. "I know you're cheating on me, aren't you?" He didn't deny it, didn't confess either. He just looked at me, and his eyes told me everything he refused to say. That was the night I finally realized. The marriage I was desperately trying to hold together had already slipped through someone else's fingers. After that night, my mind wouldn't shut up. Every routine action of his suddenly felt scripted, like he was hiding an entire second life. I started noticing things, late night texts, sudden gym sessions, and his phone never leaving his hand. One Saturday afternoon, he said he needed to grab a few things from Target. His tone sounded too light, too rehearsed. I waited a few minutes. Then I grabbed my coat and followed him. The parking garage under the shopping center was cold, quiet, echoing every step. I hid behind a concrete column, my breath shaky, my palms sweating, and then I saw him. Not alone. Ji-yoon stood beside him, hair loose, makeup subtle. The kind of understated beauty that photographs effortlessly. They didn't touch, not at first, but the space between them was intimate in a way no married woman should ever have to witness. And then, my husband gently tucked a strand of her hair behind her ear. As she laughed softly, it wasn't dramatic, it wasn't loud, it was small, tender, a gesture you only make when you're comfortable enough to forget the world around you. I didn't cry, didn't gasp, it just felt like something inside my chest quietly tore itself open. Later that night, he came home with a Target bag and kissed me on the forehead like nothing had happened. "Traffic was insane," he said. He lied so naturally. I realized he'd been practicing. I met Ji-yoon a few days later. Not because I wanted to, but because I needed to hear the truth from the one person who no longer had a reason to lie. We sat in a quiet coffee shop in the East Village. She looked tired, like life had been pulling her apart piece by piece. Before I even said a word, she whispered, "I'm sorry, I never meant to hurt you." Her voice cracked on the last word. I wanted to scream, wanted to hate her, wanted to throw my coffee in her face. Instead, I just said, "When did it start?" She swallowed hard. "When you were going through that hard time last year." He opened up to me. I listened. I didn't plan for any of this. I stiffened. The worst part wasn't the cheating. It was that he chose to be vulnerable with someone else. When I had been begging him to talk to me, her eyes filled with tears. I was going through things too. My marriage was falling apart. And he was the first person who made me feel seen. We sat there in a silence that felt heavier than any argument. I didn't forgive her, but I understood her, and somehow, that made the betrayal hurt even more. When I got home that evening, my husband was waiting on the couch, hands clasped, face pale. "We need to talk," he said. The irony hurt. I sat across from him, feeling strangely calm. "Do you want a divorce?" I asked. He shook his head quickly. "No, I screwed up. But you're my wife. This what happened, it wasn't real. That's the problem, I said quietly. It felt real to you. He didn't respond. He didn't have to, because the silence confirmed everything. We had become two strangers, who only remembered how to play the roles of husband and wife. He apologized, tried to explain, tried to reach for my hand. But something inside me had already shifted. It wasn't rage. It wasn't heartbreak. It was acceptance. Sometimes relationships don't end with storms. They end with soft, exhausted goodbyes. We separated. No yelling. No dramatic scene. Just signatures on paper. And a final look that said we both knew this was over. Long before the cheating ever happened. Months passed. The kind of months that feel both slow and strangely freeing. I rediscovered quiet mornings, fresh coffee in hand, sunlight streaming through my new apartment windows. I started therapy, picked up old hobbies, stopped checking my phone every 5 minutes for messages that were never meant for me. Every now and then, memories sting, but the pain softened into something I could live with. Ji-yoon is gone from my life. My ex-husband too, not with resentment, just closure. For the first time in years, I'm building a life that belongs entirely to me. And I've learned something important. Being betrayed doesn't make you unworthy. Losing someone doesn't mean you lose yourself. Sometimes the breaking is what lets the light in. I'm not stronger. I'm not healed completely. But I'm finally honest with myself and with the life I want. And that's enough. If this resonated with you, hit like and subscribe. It truly helps and means a lot.